as they bring down Wentz on the sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wentz throwing on second down. It fights him off. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Orakpo in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. On third and long, it's Wentz. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football.
Where they've thrown an interception.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Detroit Lions. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First down, Mariota. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Right back to him on first down. Room to run inside to 40. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, The other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11.
No, check, Patriot!
Jackson from the shotgun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Kevin Byard deep for Tennessee. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Mariota now on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Mariota. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, You've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. The pitch to Henry. Fighting his way through contact. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He's a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mariota gives to Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 14-0. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Gun!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now a handoff to Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Keep it rolling.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Mariota to throw it. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll toss it to Henry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Mariota. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First down throw for Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Oh, he's going backwards. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
3rd and long here for Mariota. And able to find Conley. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Chris Conley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And he puts it through. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
22.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Out of the gun, Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, it's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To the air again, Stafford. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They begin with Henry. Pushes him over. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Three. Everyone's got four down. One.
On first and 10, here's Mariota. Buying time to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
One. You got four.
From the red zone now, Mariota. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 12 more yards there and another first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Suckup will put this one right through. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's off the mark, incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, give me radar. Set, lady. Block it. Wait, hot. Right there.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A good return there, 17 yards, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
3, 3, 3. Set. Blue 18.
Again to Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Derrick Henry. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Titans on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry taking it in from 7 yards away. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. Extra point put through by Suckup. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The tackle was by the Boston College product Harold Landry.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Lions on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Now let's go. Green.
Throwing is Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Lucky 56.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jayon Brown able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Zero. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Zero.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. This is Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, 15 yards. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that will extend this big lead. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out.
And got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Lions. 41 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
On second down, Jackson. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
3 down, 3 down.
Hey, go here. What are you hot?
Back 2 is the mic.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Hey, go here. What are you hot?
Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Mariota eluding the pressure right. Caught here by Conley. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run with Henry, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll run it again with Henry. Bulldozes past him. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Miller on the catch over the middle. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 57 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Steps away to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Zebra, you ready? 180. Jumbo, jumbo. Jumbo, jumbo. Hot, hot. Hey, go here. Hey, hot, hot. Hey, hot.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A toss left, Henry. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
3.
Now it's Henry. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Mariota on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
21.
On first down, Stafford here. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the Titans are going to recover the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing here, Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile,